Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to Taking Shots podcast. I'm V.
And I'm Luis.
And I'm Angel, guys. And what episode? 17? Episode 17?
17. That's a lucky number, I think.
I hope. Today, guys, we have... there's another special request, actually, too.
Yeah, so shout out to Henry. He was also one of our... He hit the 200 for followers.
Oh, 200, yep.
Yeah,
200 for followers.
and so
yep,
shout out to
TikTok.
you, Henry. Today we're going to be drinking daiquiri, if you guys don't know what that is. It's just basically lime juice, syrup, we added a little bit of blue curacao because it's typically frozen, but we didn't want to do frozen.
Yeah.
We just wanted it on the rocks. So as you guys can see, Lisa's drink is a little bit blue, and then it comes with rum.
So honestly, guys, this rum, I kind of did a little taste test, and I would not recommend this one. I mean, in the drink, it's not that bad, but honestly, I tasted it a little bit just to see what it tasted like. It's not. It's rough on the throat, but it's Don Q Cristal. It's Puerto Rican rum. Say less.
De Puerto Rico.
Hey.
All I know is we made a drink and then we just said let's put more alcohol to put color on it.
yeah, basically. So, dude, who fucking poured me this shot, dude? Oh my god,
dude! I asked you guys.
Oh my god. Okay, guys.
Les pregunté.
You guys know how it is. Taking Shots podcast. We take shots around here.
Henry, I hate you.
Henry, I don't even know who you are, but this thing, you could have gave us like a better liquor, recommendation. También,
Henry, if this is bad, you owe us a bottle of something.
Yeah, Henry. He's got you guys.
Dude, I'm telling you,
I
guys,
know,
this is rough. Oh my god, dude, no man, dude, V, and guys, V literally filled it to the top. Oh my god.
I asked him. Let alone, I asked him if they wanted half or full.
No, yeah,
I'm
she was like coming with the spirit of like just drinking, and we're like, yo, chill.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it's rough.
Es que yo soy la más peda. Okay.
Right,
Pa arriba, pa abajo, pa el centro.
Pa adentro. I hate it here.
That's rubbing alcohol right there. Oh my god. I forgot to do the little breathing thing. Oh my god.
Guys, take some of your instant.
I almost threw that shit up. Henry, I really hate you.
Guys, I don't know what rum he makes it with, so this one I would 10 out of 10 would not recommend.
Dude, se me hizo piel la chingada.
Nah,
dude, this is rough.
But Henry, I'll protect you. But all I gotta say is that he might have just, uses that kind of drink to do a mixed drink. It's not the ones that we gotta take a shot. But here,
we take shots.
We gotta take a shot of whatever you make as a drink. So,
Yeah.
Your excuse. You don't know.
All right, guys. Out of 10, 1 through 10, I'm gonna rate this. Let's see. We'll go around real quick and we'll do like a little rating of this alcohol right here. I would give it a 2. It's that bad. Well, I mean, okay, no, I'll be more generous. I'll probably like a 4. It's like halfway. It's not too rough, but it is kind of rough. But what do you think?
Honestly, negative 100, dude.
Like 0.
Se me hizo la piel chinita, dude, of how gross it was.
Yeah,
like,
no, dude. No. It's not gross. It's just like it. I don't know.
I think I would
it's
just give it a
strong.
3. No, I would give it a 3 because when you professional. I would give it a generous 3 just because when you drink it, you sip it in your mouth, you don't feel nothing. But when you
swallow it,
no, when you
get
taste it,
get the
it kind of tastes like alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. Yeah.
It
That's it though.
reminds me of Svedka.
So,
Ay, sí, güey, no,
we ain't
qué
no
feo.
bitches. We'll drink whatever. You guys comment down below. We'll drink it. Everclear? Fuck it.
No. Oh my god, dude. Fuck Everclear.
You're fucking.
Oh, there is one that we still gotta do.
¿Cuál?
Oh yeah,
That's
and
pretty-
you if you're.
We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Freddie, I'll shout you out, Freddie.
Freddie, we'll do
we'll
it.
do it, but
What
yeah,
is
we
it?
can't find what you were looking for. I'll hit you up for that.
What is it?
You'll see
I
when
don't
we
even know.
you'll see
Guys,
when we bring it,
no,
dude.
qué miedo.
We were like trying to make it, and everything's like 75% alcohol.
Yeah, dude, no, everything was like 7. Well, what was it? 100, like 90% alcohol,
Yeah, it's
70%
like
alcohol.
a
Yeah,
good
we're gonna
amount.
die with that thing.
Yeah. But anyways, guys,
Any gays?
today. All right, guys, today's topic, we decided to talk about a little bit about social media. There's like this TikTok ban going on, and it made me think, what if we didn't have like social media? Because now that I think about it, like social media is kind of big in this generation. I think anyone like, back in like the MySpace days, you know. I don't know if you guys had my boy
Yeah.
Tom as
Yeah.
a friend, you know.
Yo,
Tom.
yo, man, everybody had Tom. If you know, you know, right? If you had Tom, or when you were able to,
You don't know what MySpace is. You're too
Customize-
young.
yeah, yeah, if you
Yeah.
guys, yeah. If you guys don't know what my
Customize your profile and everything.
Yeah, with the music, the
Ooh.
theme
Yeah,
music.
dude,
Soldier Boy, hey, Bow Wow.
Oh no,
All right,
guys.
I'm gonna tell you guys just because that's good memories, you know. But for me, like I used to wear a lot of like back. It was like middle school.
The swag era.
The swag.
Yeah. It was like middle school era. So I always had like a long shirt, like t-shirt, and it was South Pole.
Or
So
Echo.
it was always
South
like
Pole or
glittery.
Echo.
Yep, Echo too. My like first
Bedazzled
shoes that I like,
Bedazzled.
wanted were like Echo shoes. But either ways, what I was gonna say
Back to
is,
social media.
I'm
Back
telling
to
you,
social media.
I'm telling you, my profile picture was always like a South Pole shirt because it was always like the nicest. You know, you always gotta
Yeah.
in your profile picture, you always want like that good, like your best fit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, just keep in mind, Luis was probably like in middle school,
This is
early middle school,
Uh-huh.
late
Uh-huh.
elementary, making a fake face or a fake MySpace. What's your birthday? Your lover there.
Yeah.
1968.
1954.
I still remember like the password was just like my middle school like abbreviation, and it was like rocks. Either way, though. But yeah, and then I remember you get to customize everything. I remember
Yeah.
mine was like, you know, blue neon and stuff, like
yeah,
with the matching the shirt, the big S of South Pole and everything, like
RXD.
glittery. And then you could put music. You had to put your playlist.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything.
The background.
Yeah, that
there's,
shit
like,
was
your
lit.
theme
I used to
song,
put
yeah.
Bow Wow and Soldier Boy.
Hey,
They know
Soulja
how
Boy,
lit you
I
were.
crank it. Oh, watch me crank it. Watch me roll.
Whoa,
Watch me catch that Soldier Boy. That Superman.
Oh no.
whoa.
Or the jerking phase, the teach me how to Dougie phase. Fuck.
Okay. Well,
Alright,
back to social
But
media.
all I gotta say is it did revolutionize a whole generation.
Mhm.
Without it, I think the world would be different.
Crazy.
Yeah. Because if you guys think about it, what do you guys think is like the main reason about social media that revolutionized the world?
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. So for me, if you look back at social media, how it was like back in the day, like even when I was growing up, it was not that like that's kind of when YouTube started popping off. You know, like that's when
Yeah.
YouTube kind of started, and there was people actually making money off of YouTube. Like
No, it
like,
took a minute.
Yeah,
And
well, no,
vinyl.
like when I got into it, at least, like kind of like middle school, late middle school. That's when it kind of started going off. You know, like there was you would always watch people like I mean, I don't know if you watch like Smosh.
I was gonna say, what's your guys' like first?
Well, we'll answer this question
Yeah.
first, and then we'll go to that one.
Stay on topic.
Yeah, so like if it definitely has changed throughout the years. Now I feel like it's more of a tool because you can actually use it to your advantage. Like you see people on
Right.
TikTok blowing up like crazy, like, and a lot of people think it's overnight, but there's like other interviews that I've seen, and it's like it's not overnight. You know, it's
a
like
process.
it's a process. Some people say it takes a year to blow up. And it's just depending on if you can make it or not. And it's, you know, if your
just all
content...
with the hard work and
yeah.
everything that goes back into it. Yeah.
But now, like back then to now, it definitely has changed a whole lot. Back then, it was more like, you know, what do you... Think of it this way. When you used to tell your mom, like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber or a gamer, they would look at you crazy. Now that's the standard, basically. You know, it's like TikTok, vlogs, you know, whatever, Instagram reels. So like you want to be everybody wants to be an influencer. But it has definitely changed, and it honestly changed for the better, I think. You get more of an advantage, you know. What do you think, V?
I mean, I agree with you. I definitely more for an advantage, you know, like you have a lot of different resources that you know, you couldn't have back in the day. Mm-hmm. But also I feel like it kind of I feel like we live to a certain standard that we have to have social media and you know, we're so caught up on different lifestyles, you know. For example, Instagram, like people will post certain things and you're just like, oh my gosh, like I want this and I want that. And I feel like for me personally, I say I would live without social media, but sometimes I'm like, no, like I can't. But you know, sometimes I've been, you know, I haven't had Facebook for like 4 or 5 months or whatever. I'll deactivate it and I'll come back on. But no sé, it's just kind of like a
It's tóxica.
I'm kind of it's like a 50-50 for me, you know, like I don't know. It's
like good and bad.
It's like a good and bad thing.
I think
yeah,
there's like pros and cons to it.
Exactly.
Because if you think about it, back in the day, people used to use like for news at least You know, people use a newspaper like in the
Yeah.
1990s or whatever.
Well,
And
even
then,
like
like,
early, like they
2000s.
used to watch the TV, like
Yeah, well, it was like
And
I think it was like newspaper first, like to get your main news, and then it was radio,
Yeah.
and then I think it was TV, and now I think it's social media.
And it's like crazy too how like back in the day, like when we were younger, we would get home from school, like get on our little computer desktop, like I'm gonna go on Facebook, or I mean not Facebook, MySpace, and all of that stuff. Like
the thing is, like,
think about it, yeah.
Well, no, hey, RIP, all the computers I ran through that had LimeWire on them. RIP, bro. I'm trying to make burn CDs onto it,
Oh,
dude.
hell no.
Gave him viruses. But no, you never
Not
used
computer?
No, you never used LimeWire.
Okay, so I never used LimeWire. For me, it was a FrostWire.
All right, guys, if you
'Cause
know what Luis is
LimeWire-
talking
no,
about,
no,
let me
no.
know down in the comments.
So,
Because
okay, if you really know about this,
¿Qué dijo?
LimeWire was already like it was full. You knew it was like full of viruses. It's the same thing. FrostWire was like the same thing but better. And even if people in middle school, if they remember me in class, what I used to do was, so you know how everyone would do like the slideshows and everything.
yeah,
I would download a song from FrostWire, and my slideshow was dead ass like a song, like with my fucking slideshow. So.
he was
my
bumping
presentations
those
were lit.
speakers. He was bumping those speakers.
My presentations were
slideshow was
That's why I
lit
gotta
as
say-
fuck.
Yeah, he was getting the whole class turned.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, no, I think it's just it for sure like it helped because even if you think about it too, just talking about the news in general,
Right.
it gave other people the news because a lot of people what they say is like the government is the one that controls like the newspaper, like certain companies control like the newspaper, the news, and
Yeah.
everything. Now that you have social media, everyone can kind of put like their own narrative, their own opinion to the world. You know what I mean?
Well, I think
And it
that's
can
what.
reach
Well, I
pretty
think
much.
that's what TikTok. I mean, like any social media. I
It's
mean,
Right.
all
just
of them in
TikTok is
general.
like more for you to express yourself. It's like I don't know if you guys saw like when they were in court, but it was like they're taking away. He was saying something
Yeah.
about taking away the right for people to express themselves. It's like that's the platform that it's on.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
but
what court are you talking about?
Like when they were talking about TikTok,
when
when the whole
TikTok, when
TikTok ban was going
TikTok
on, yeah.
was in
Because there
court.
was a MySpace one a few years before.
I think. Well, don't they have a movie on that one? Oh, the MySpace one.
I think they do,
Well,
yeah.
No. There's a movie about Facebook.
Oh,
No,
that's what. No,
that's what I messed up.
It
in.
was, yeah.
There's a movie about Facebook, but like how it was created and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
But,
with Tom, yeah.
But yeah, no.
No,
but-
Mark.
I mean, wait.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Guys, hold on, I'm confused. Ya ando peda. No me. No.
No, but
Ella solita dijo.
the only bad thing I think about TikTok and like social media nowadays is, you said a lot of people get the news from there, but a lot of fake news gets spread
Right.
through there too, though.
Yeah, that's the only thing too.
And on top of that too, we talked about it in like our past episode, but like more people I feel like get bullied now because of social media.
Oh yeah.
Like back then, you didn't really have social media. Nobody really posted. So it's like in middle school, you were just living your best life until like maybe halfway through middle school, early high school.
You had a best life? No, I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding.
when you're a
No, I'm
kid,
kidding,
you're
When
I'm
you're a
kidding.
kid, yeah.
You're living your
No, no,
best
You're
life. You
living,
ain't got
you're
no bills.
enjoying.
Hey, take me back to being a kid, man. I hate.
No, now,
I got
dude, I want to go
responsibilities
back
now.
to high school,
hate it
dude.
here.
That's all I
Dude,
gotta
yeah.
say.
No, but that's the thing though. Is like a lot more people now get bullied on social media than anything else. I feel like
I
because it's
think
such a big platform that
Yeah.
it's like.
I think though in general, this might be a controversial like take, but I think
That's what we
social
like.
media is kind of like money. You know what they say? It's
It is money.
oh, it
amplifies.
is. No, it is.
It is.
No,
money.
no, no.
It's not like it's like it is.
You just
money.
ruined my take. No, all I'm saying is it amplifies everything. Because bullying, it always existed, you know?
But now it's, like, to a higher-
it just goes to a wider audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why like memes became viral. Like, you guys remember Sharkeisha?
Yeah, the RP.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, like back then it was only like a high school thing. But like now there's a power of extending throughout the whole world. You know what I mean?
Wait,
That's literally what Angel does.
no, I
That's all I'm
no,
saying.
no.
My take is it amplifies it, and then that's
No.
what they say about money.
No,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
no,
saying.
yeah,
That's
that's the
my
thing. Yeah.
narrative.
So I don't know if you guys remember,
better.
but
What?
well, okay. So, okay, for you guys, what apps did you use when you guys were in middle school, like social media?
Oh
it was
my
like kind of social media apps,
God.
right? YouTube,
Crossfire.
LimeWire, Frostfire. Did you
Firewire.
Did you guys
Just
ever
kidding.
use like iFunny?
Yes, dude. Or
iFunny?
Vinyl. Do you guys
Vine-
remember Vinyl?
No, Vine.
I
It's
remember
Vine.
that.
Or
No,
Vine.
I remember
Wasn't it Vine?
iFunny, but not that much.
I
don't
do.
remember
I
that.
remember that.
Look,
Or
if you, hey, look,
Kick.
if
Do you guys remember Kik? Did you guys ever use Kik?
The messaging.
Yeah,
app.
the Kik Messenger?
messaging app.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Is that like WhatsApp, but like
No.
No,
No, it's like WhatsApp.
Kind of similar, but like,
is.
ya ni me acuerdo.
I thought it was
No, Kik,
yeah, that's all it was.
No, it's just another messaging app. Yeah,
Yeah, it was-
but what's it
Oh,
saying?
that's where you had the side niggas. That's what
Y
WhatsApp
dice-
You
is.
had
y dice-
side niggas?
Güey, y dice que yo soy la tóxica.
You had side niggas?
No, like her.
You?
I never used Kik. I don't know. What
You literally said you're like, wait, is that where you had side niggas?
No, that's what
That
you
you
had.
had side niggas?
No, that's what
Yo,
I was
Luis just
telling
got
her.
exposed.
Oh my fucking
You just,
God.
nah, you're canceled.
All right, but how you said earlier, what were your guys's like in social media? You know, like in middle school, early days. You know, back in the day, before TikTok, like the Vine era, YouTube era. You know, MySpace era. What people did you guys watch or follow? YouTube, Instagram. MySpace, you could follow people, but it was like wasn't that really a
was
big
a little
deal?
bit more,
It was more
yeah.
like Vine and like YouTube when it was
Yeah.
popping off. So
Well, I think like MySpace, it was more like for like your friends, like in school and everything.
yeah,
And then always, I got a little memory, and I'm wondering if you guys did that too. You guys had a MySpace?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever
Clearly.
put like your guys' like crush or whatever? Like, in your
Dude,
two
yeah,
best
like
friends?
Man Crush,
Like, no,
Wednesday.
no.
Or when, no.
You change it up every week.
MCM, boy.
No.
MCM.
No, it's because like I remember MySpace. You can put like your top friends or whatever.
Yes,
Oh, you
that's
had
so
like your
true.
top 5 or top 10.
But
Yeah.
like you could put like people would put like low key their crush like in their top best friends, even if they didn't talk to them.
The middle,
They would put them in like their best friends, you know.
the middle school crush.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
top number one.
Oh, hell no.
Nah. But okay, so who are your top? I'd say we'll do
Like influencers, like early influencers, or what?
I wouldn't say I mean at that point they were influencers.
Just
like
what
early
you
day,
did,
like
what you
content
watched,
creators.
yeah.
I think they were more content creators in the beginning.
So for me, I started I think with YouTube,
Mhm.
and my main thing that I would watch was Smosh.
Mhm.
You know, that one was really good. It was like skits and everything. It was like the skits era.
Mhm.
Ego the Cholo.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
if you're Mexican, you have to watch,
yeah.
Nigga Higa? Or
Nigga,
Right
Higa, yeah, that was what I was to say. I was gonna
Alright.
say,
Yeah,
that
he was
one?
the shit.
And Fred.
Oh my God, Fred.
Oh
Fred.
my god, dude. Yo, what's crazy is that he had a movie.
With
Yeah,
John
Fred
Cena.
the
A
movie.
movie, dude.
Fred the movie, Fred
With
the movie.
Nickelodeon, yeah.
Yeah,
Everything got like in Nickelodeon.
No, that is crazy.
I remember it was those, and then what else did I use? I think that was mostly kind of like the main thing that I would watch.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that was like my main thing.
like your
And it
main
was
ones that you
mostly
would get, like
comedy.
your kind of go
For
to.
me,
Huh?
it was entertainment. Oh, and if you think about it too, I watched T. Martin because I was hella into Call of Duty,
Oh,
and he would be like strategy videos and everything, and I was like, psh, that's how I got good in Call of Duty. Just so you guys know.
what about you, V? What are your? Okay, since Luis did like basically 5, so we'll do top 5.
So I definitely did MySpace for sure. I remember I had is it Tumblr? Is that what you call it? Tumblr or
Yeah, we had the Tumblr, but what about like
Tumblr,
the
but like okay, so
Okay.
MySpace, YouTube for sure.
like the influencers like that you used to follow or like watch really like basically like every single week like
Dude,
Like,
honestly,
you would wait-
like,
you
when I
would
was
wait for
younger,
'em. Yeah.
when I was younger, so I've always been super obsessed with singing. And I would always watch like singing videos. It didn't matter for who it was or whatever. Like it was just always singing videos, makeup videos. Cause I would always do like be in my room, supposedly yo acá recording fucking
karaoke.
YouTube video.
The
Yeah,
the
dude.
karaoke.
Doing all of that shit. But I don't think I really had anybody like in particular. Maybe like Jeffree Star. Like I would watch Fred sometimes here and there just to crack up and shit. But like other than that, no. Like yo me la pasaba in MySpace or either fucking playing games on my computer.
With the viruses.
Like
right?
yeah,
That was true though.
That was-
Games.
no,
I remember
that-
yeah,
games
like
viruses,
I would
yeah.
always play Empire Penguin and like all those cool games,
Yo,
dude.
what you guys know about Club Penguin?
Dude, yes,
Penguin.
dude,
Oh
that
my
shit
God,
was
dude.
so
Or,
fun.
Pop Tropica?
Or Pop Tropica, yes, dude. Pop Tropica was the shit, dude.
All right.
I remember when we were back in middle school and shit, and like we would be like in computer class or whatever, and we'd always
Okay.
be like,
No, I remember there was
exit the
one
thing
that I
and-
played was like papaya something. That was weird. No, but it was like an app that you like, you know, you play multiple games, you get money and this and that.
I feel like I know what you're talking about, but I would need to see like.
All right,
It was
look.
exclusive
Something-
for the cool kids, okay?
Shut
right,
up,
look.
dude.
So for
Fuck
me,
yeah.
my top 5 like people that I would like watch all the time, this and that, you know. During middle school, that's kind of when I got more into YouTube. PewDiePie. That's the news popping up. PewDiePie was for at least for me. You're a little more viejito than me, but I know.
Fuck you.
I know what you're talking about.
PewDiePie, like when he was doing his video, like his gaming videos, I would watch him. Nigga Higa would be one of them.
Nigga Higa.
White Boy 7th Street. Yo, if you guys know,
I know who White Boy 7th Street, but for me it was T Martin.
Oh, yeah, I used to watch White Boy 7th Street more than...
¿Quiénes son esos
Puro
güeyes? Porque yo no los conozco acá de este
Puro
lado.
Call of Duty.
Hey, if you're a guy, if you know, you know.
I mean, I played Call of Duty, but I didn't, watch that like back in the day kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Vivi was the type to like, they disconnected the controller. Thought she was playing.
Pobrecita.
Wait, la neta sí sería, güey.
No, and I know a lot of y'all that have like younger siblings or cousins that come over all the time and play video games.
I hate it here.
know you disconnect their controller, making them think that they play.
All right, well, I'll topic. This is too good right now.
No, but okay. So it was White Boy 7th Street, Nigga Higa, Smosh, PewDiePie, and then kind of like during the Vine era, I would be watching like King Bash or King
Bash?
King Bash, yeah, him too.
I was gonna say another one that was big was Ray William Johnson.
Oh,
yes,
that was him too. Yeah, that's true.
He does like TikToks now. They're pretty funny too.
But I feel like that was more like back in the day. Like it was more back in the day. But how do you guys think? Like, okay, for example, if we did not have social media today, how do you think the world would be different? Like, just your opinions. If we had no Facebook, no TikTok, no Instagram, no nothing.
I really think...
Like, we had the internet, obviously, like Google and all that stuff, but we did not have social media. Like, no influencers, no content creators, nothing like that.
All right, go first.
I feel honestly that we would go crazy.
What?
Kind of in a way.
If you never had it. Now, one thing is like they take it away, but... Imagine you never had it.
But okay, you don't have Instagram, you don't have TikTok, whatever it is. But like, what if in reality you didn't have Google, you didn't have the internet? Think about it that way, too.
No, but yes, more. We're just talking about social media.
Like, yeah. So like I guess like the question would be like, okay, yes, we still have internet. We still have like the capacity and like capability to search up all this stuff, like obviously we still have all the knowledge, right? Yeah. Of like everything in the world. That kind of
changes the case then.
But we don't have just social media, like a platform to post yourself, a platform to create content, nothing like that, right? You can't express yourself. You're just internet for research purposes.
I feel like it would, in some perspective, I feel like it would be good. Mm-hmm. Just in the aspect where, you would still kind of have like written mail letters or, kind of like back in the day where, I mean, social media was kind of a thing, but not, I feel
like, well, I get what you're saying. Like you could still, obviously we still have like text messaging, right?
Right.
Like, you still have your messenger on your phone.
Look, social media, I would like determine it like, let's say X, not Twitter, X, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook.
Instagram,
all the things that it's like it's considered a social media. Mm-hmm. Like imagine
like you get a following and stuff.
Without exactly.
Do you? Okay, so
I'm gonna go first, or
here you go first.
All right. So in reality, I do think like social media opened the doors for a lot of people to like I said, speak their own voice because
like to express. themselves.
At the moment, like in order for you to throw out like your opinion, your thing.
Yeah.
It had to be a whole company. Right now we have the power of post a random video, say your shit, and then all of a sudden, that could blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, it's it amplifies like a certain person without the backup of like a company or anything like that,
Your own person.
Also too, what I thought is really big too on social media that you might not think about is you get to know other people without really meeting them in person.
Yeah.
And then even like dating.
Catfish.
Dating has been a big thing.
Yeah. No, that's true.
It's true though. Like it's true.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then like I said, you'll meet other people without even really knowing them in person. And then
they're the complete opposite.
No, okay, so so we're saying social media, does that include for example, we game, right?
Right.
Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Does that include? Would social media be included? That wouldn't be included, right? Because you're not posting yourself. You're not making like content, right? You're just a video content.
I feel like it wouldn't be included, but in a way, it's also like you have different resources where you're in connection with other people outside of the world.
You know what I mean? Say because what you were saying was like if you met someone, this is not, you know, you never knew, you made relationships. Like for us, we know people in like Cali. We've met people like, and we've known them. And,
we first met them online.
I've seen that. You know, I've seen a few posts and like, not to interrupt you, I've seen a few posts and a few videos where people, you know, they play Call of Duty or whatever it is, and they meet like they're in a whole different country and they go and meet somebody else. Meet them.
And that's the craziest thing is I don't know if it's just like the guys. I don't know if like girls do that too. I mean, I'm sure there's some girls that do that, but like
girls
I feel
probably
like
do it in different ways.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like with guys though, like, hey, shout out to my boy Justin again.
And Moy.
Hey, I'm Moy too. Like, dude, I like with them. I never knew
shout outs for me.
Like, these are guys that I like till this day. I never knew them, right? And then I started playing with them, you know, on Call of Duty, and we became basically best friends. You know, like I Snapchat him every day. I play with him every day. I'm like, hey, bro, I've met him already.
And like that same thing too.
Yeah, and it's like you meet people through these things, and you make like lifelong connections.
You make connections
already, for sure. And I don't know if it's just a guy thing or not. Like I said, maybe girls do that like a different way, you know, like in a different way.
Well, like I said, like I know Tumblr and what is the other word? It's more like girl oriented. I don't hear about guys having Tumblrs that much.
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure.
Well, like there's other like kind of like websites or anything like more girls or more. I mean, because like I said, gaming is more to a guy.
I mean, how about this? Let me ask you: what are some apps that you use that got like I wouldn't say apps because I feel like everybody uses more or less the same things. But like, where have you made connections where guys don't with a girl?
The club bathroom.
No, separate. The guys too, though.
I mean, personally, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit like how you guys say it's a little bit different for guys and girls. Because guys, you know, you guys game it. You're online. You're fucking talking to other people, you know, here and there. And with girls, I feel like it's a little bit different because, you know, I game it here and there, but I'm not like hardcore like you guys. You know what I mean? But with girls, I feel like it's a little bit different. I feel like we connect more, I would say, like in a sense, you know, with like makeup or, you know, yoga or whatever it is, you know, like I feel like it's more kind of like
real murder documentaries.
I feel like, dude, yes, me with the podcast, like real.
What?
Real murder podcast,
or like Get Ready With Me, murder mystery
like
Monday or something.
I feel like it's kind of more like Get Ready With Me because, like, for example, shout out to the girls that know, and if you don't, then you don't. But for example, I follow an influencer. Her name is Les. Like, she does Les Do Makeup, and she always goes on lives and everything. And so I feel like it's kind of more of like what you relate to if you're a girl. Like, oh, like, did you see her? Like, she's going live, or she's into this, she's into that. Like, it's kind of more. I feel like for girls, it's kind of more of like an interaction one-on-one. It's not more of like an online thing. Because I know a lot of friends that I'm like, oh, have you seen Les? Have you seen that she's like doing this and she started doing videos? Oh no, like let me hop on, girl, or like let me put you on. And it's kind of like, si a ti te gusta, like I'll go and check it out. But si no te gusta, then it's kind of like, well, no, you know, like there is no interaction kind of like across the screen, or it's kind of more of like a human interaction, like messaging.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's probably like you relate to that person online.
Right.
That is into your like hobby.
Exactly.
Because like that's why like he's into White Boy Sandwich. I was into Team Martin because we're like into like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But they're two different
and then
people, like,
also and then also they teach you things.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like I said, you're related to like girls that like teach you makeup.
Yeah.
Even like for us, we got into like a lot of like eliminate
like cars,
like you know what is it? What else?
And I think that's so cool in a way because like in kind of, you know, from my perspective, you know, it's different for you guys, but from my perspective, I'm like, oh my god, like this is, and I always say, like, social media is always gonna kind of like fool you in a way, and is always gonna try to show you a different side from what, you know, reality is in general.
So with that, like, you know, like kind of bounce off of that kind of comes with like when people start to catfish. Yes. When they start to paint a picture of who they aren't, like they want to make you think that there's somebody that they're not.
Well, social media just gives you a power to like give a better narrative of someone that
On yourself.
you really aren't.
Yeah, on yourself.
Because even like there's
And
been
it's kind of
people that
sad
they
if you
say,
think about it.
well, it's happened over the time though. It's because like
I mean,
said,
it's always gonna happen, but I feel like it's just kind of sad.
Well,
well, what I was gonna say is like, haven't you heard of like people like in Hollywood? They like, let's say you watch them in a TV show or like as an actor, and you think they're like this certain person, and then people like they meet him in person, they're like, wait, this guy's way different compared to his like, let's say movie persona. But in this scenario, it's gonna be their online persona is way different compared to
who they really are.
How they really are.
Well, the thing is too is like how you were saying, like when you meet somebody, then they're not really who they say they are. They kind of paint a picture. They just paint a picture in your head, and then they like go with it. They kind of.
And that's kind of like what social media is based off of, Like,
well, for me, I feel like when people kind of like, well, I'm not gonna say like kind of like, but like they want to seem like somebody else, and they kind of want to. I literally just
they have the power of basically drawing an image that they want to
than
show.
what they're not,
because in other ways too, it's like people always say like everyone's gonna post like their best,
and that's kind of what I was saying and reflecting
image,
on earlier. Like you're always, and that's why I say like social media, for me it's like a 50-50 honestly. Social media, I say it's how you guys say, like aparentas a ser alguien que no eres, and then on social media you're like the complete opposite, and like you get to know them and you're like, oh my god, like what the heck. It's weird, but I don't know, like it's such a weird topic for me because I don't know, guys. I don't know. Nando peda, but it's just like it's because like, and I speak for like, I don't know, like it's kind of hard for me to kind of express it and say, because everybody thinks differently, of course. But I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, like sometimes I wish we didn't have social media because like I mean, yes and no. It's like a 50-50 for me, like I say, because I wish we had it for, for certain necessities that we need, like to look up something or the news or whatever it is. But I feel like I'm kind of like old school in a way, I'm 24, but I would like to do things old school, like, oh, like, let me call you instead of texting you, or let me not look at your picture and stuff. Like, let me actually get to meet you for who you are. And, and I feel like social media kind of fucks that up, like with catfishing and all of that.
Well, I was going to say, I think ever since social media came out, the communication between one to another, it's
human interaction.
Human interaction has changed up for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because look at Snapchat. Everybody Snapchats now. Everybody DMs, Instagram, Messenger, whatever it may be. It's like, now they don't even call people anymore. Like for me, at least I remember when I was in middle school, middle school shotties, calling them, and I'd call them up like, oh.
When they'd call you to your house?
No.
Angel?
No, and that's the thing too, is like, that's like, I grew up in that era, it's Same. Like, I kind of know what it is, and some people aren't going to know what that was like.
Right.
Because all they know is like Instagram DMs.
Or phones,
Snapchat.
iPads.
Like all this stuff. And it was just crazy. Like, I remember middle school shawty again, like you had like and middle school is like you would date for a little bit and then you break up the next day, whatever.
Dude, literally.
Hey, and you send her a voicemail. Hey, I miss you.
I miss you, baby girl.
I dedicate this song to you. Hey,
puts it on voicemail.
I'm gonna get with you. Such a voice.
So baby, kiss me through the phone.
Hey, but that was but that's like at least for me, like all of my homies would do that stuff. It's like it was normal around me,
But I feel like it's kind of like it's not cringy, but it's kind of like corny in a way.
Well, I mean, kind of if you think about it now, it is kind of cringy. Yeah, like, why did I do that?
It's cringy and corny, but in reality, like I said, like I'm so old school, like. For me, it's like, no, like, show up. Like, I want to text you. I want to, like, I mean, not text you, but, like, I want to call you. Yeah. I want to see you in person. Like, tell me what whatever it is. Like, que te dediquen una pinche canción and you're like, like, bien enculado la verga,
You're like, he dedicated this song to me.
But it's like, I don't know. Like, that's why I say it's like a 50-50 for me because I'm like, damn, like, I wish we kind of would do things like back in the day. But it's also, yet again, it's like we need certain necessities where it's like the news or... to look up something, whatever the fucking reason is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think there could be like a 50-50 overall. Because like...
So what I said.
Okay.
Go ahead.
my reason.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Because you can mix it up if you really want to. Because like for me, if let's say we're talking about a shoddy or whatever. You know, it's more like
a shoddy and social
media.
media.
For me, I like a little bit of both.
A shoddy and social media.
Shoddy and social media. So like, you know, first, you know, social media is gonna be like, okay, you see kind of like beforehand how she portrays with other people, you know, because that's what you're gonna see in social media.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, text or is better, you know, when they're trying to like, you know, talk to a girl, whatever. But then for me, I kind of like Snapchat or Instagram because you can see a little bit of what she does.
But it's also like
you kind of get like a kind of background story to her.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, and I get what you're saying, but it also goes kind of back to where social media fools you in a way because you're only posting, you're only doing things for like for what people want to see. So it's like, but it's also like I understand where you're coming from, where it's like, okay, you want to see that side to them or to that side of him, her, whatever it is. But then when you get to meet them in reality, you're like, ay, wait, like, mejor no.
But I think social media is like the entry level, you know? You're going to see how they are a little bit. You kind of have a feel for them, you know? There's like, you know, back then it was
it's kind of like a pro. You know, pro is that you can kind of see who they are as a person, exactly. Like what they like.
Well, also you get a hint that they kind of like you, you know, little like, you know, Instagram likes,
a little Instagram like, a little Instagram
likes
comment,
on the stories and this and that,
TikTok,
like back and forth.
TikTok
and then
viewed
it's like
profile.
Back and forth, you're like, all right, she thinking me, like, you know, I'm thinking her, whatever.
Yeah.
And then from there, like me personally, I don't like to text much in a way or whatever. Like I don't like to be socially, like if I'm making like a, you know, romantic?
Luis does not like to text, and he does
no,
not like to call either.
I'm not really Luis about that much.
No, Luis is the kind of person. Luis is the kind of person. He'll open your text and he'll leave you on read for like 2 weeks, and then he's like, "Oh, when did you send me this?" And then I'm like, "Dude, I sent it to you 2 weeks ago."
I stand to defer.
No, that is the type of person Luis is to me.
Maybe he just don't want to speak to you.
Hey, do not play iPhone games with Luis. That's what I'm saying. This guy takes a month to come back to you, bro.
Luis is literally fucking showering. He's like, oh shit, I forgot to reply.
Like a month later, guys. He's like,
wait, sí soy.
No, he is.
I feel like I'm the absent friend, honestly.
No, but it's because for me that I'm telling you, I think that social media is like an entry point,
right?
But then, like later on, I do prefer like the in-person interaction,
communication.
Because, like I said, I feel like I'm boring. Like texting, it feels stupid to me. Like, you know, texting in a way, you know, like, oh, you know, you're gonna be like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing this. Okay, what are you doing?
Because it's like, and it's kind of like true that you bring that point up because in reality, like you're behind a screen, the other person's behind the screen, like it. I don't know. Like for me,
you can narrate what you want.
Look, okay, so look,
exactly.
I'll give you guys a question, right? So if you were text, okay, so I know, I'll tell you guys after you guys answer, right? Okay. So if you were talking to somebody, right? Okay, say you're talking to somebody, you know, that you're interested in. Yep. Okay. And then do you guys ask them like a whole bunch of questions before you meet them, or do you make a date, like make a set date that you guys meet up with, and then you ask them the questions later? Because some people will be like, oh, you know, we should meet up, and then
what's
like, okay,
your favorite color?
And then like, what's your favorite color? Oh, you know this, okay, and then they just branch off from there. You're like, okay, what do you do? This and that. Do you think it's better to get to know them before you meet them, or get to know them when you meet them?
For me, I think social media is more like a reassurance. You know, you're not gonna go too deep. I think you might just go a little bit here and there. But then in person is where it's more deep, if that makes sense.
So what about you?
I agree with you. I feel like it's kind of like how you say like social media like portrays a certain thing, and then when you meet them in person, it's a whole different thing. Like I said, I'm very old school. Like I wanna, you know, I'll call you.
Catfished.
Damn,
no, I didn't get catfished, but like
no, that's what she was saying.
You got catfished?
What she was saying, I feel like she got catfished.
No. I've never been catfished, but like just for me personally, like I know how to love and I know how to care, and you know when I am talking to somebody, like it's always gonna just be you, unless it's you know, si no pega, and if I don't really interact with you in a certain way, then it's like. I will straight up be honest with you, you know what, like this is not working out kind of thing, you know. But also like how I said, like I agree with Luis because there is like, you know, social media shows you one thing, but then when you get to meet him in person, like you can ask a little bit further details. And like I said, like you're behind a screen the majority of the time, you know, especially nowadays, you know, like there is no hey, let me mail you a fucking letter, or let me whatever it is, like I'm gonna call your house and I'm gonna meet you here at a certain time, whatever it is, you know, like no. We live in a different generation now, and there's, you know, things are evolving, things are a lot more different. But for me personally, I will ask you questions, you know, like if we're going on a date, like, hey, I'm gonna, you know, social media can tell you this and that, and I'm living my life like this or whatever it is. But in reality, like I'm gonna ask you, like, hey, you know, even if it sounds corny, like, hey, what's your favorite color? Like, hey, what you like to do? Because I feel like nowadays you don't really get that. It's kind of more of like, oh, we're talking, we're fucking, we're having a thing, but you can go do this and I can go do this. Like, and it's true. Like, it's true though.
I
Like,
think nowadays that's what kind of
and,
like
and,
the standard
and it's
is,
very
like,
true. And I feel like it's kind of sad in a way, because I feel like, one, personally, I'm just speaking for myself, but I feel like our generation is so fucked up. Because like I said, you're talking, you fuck, you do whatever the fuck, yada yada this, yada yada that, and then it's nothing. Y te estás pasando por uno y tras otro, te estás pasando por una tras otra. And I feel like it's kind of like, ugh, like, no, like, let me get to know you for who you really are, you know? I don't know.
Okay.
It's...
So for me...
Mejor me callo.
Okay, so for me, with the original question...
Sorry, I know I get off topic, but like, no, and like, I know I get off topic, but I'm just saying that, like, in reality, you know, because I feel like sometimes... You know, I speak for myself and for, you know, certain girlies out there where it's just, I don't know.
Period.
Like, it's just, yeah, like, period. Like, if you know, you know. And if you don't, then you fucking motherfucking don't.
No,
You know,
but
for you?
no, like for me, okay, it's like for me, I feel like if you get to know somebody over social media, like say you're texting it or like DMing them, like it's kind of awkward when you meet them, because then you don't have those questions to ask. You already kind of asked all the questions you were going to ask when you meet up
And
with
then
them.
in person, it's awkward.
And then it's
Right.
awkward. Like for me, I feel like, okay, like, you know what? I'm interested in you. Okay. And then she's mutual, right? Like, okay, yes, I'm interested in you too. Let's meet up here at this time, you know, on this date. And then give them like, you know what? I don't want to really text, like, get to know you over the phone. I'd rather get to know you in person.
In person.
Because once you get in person and you had already asked those questions, what are you gonna do? It's like, though, you unloaded your clip already. What do you have to reload?
No, and then also too, in person, you see it's the human being.
Like you see
primal
people for
instincts,
you
know?
see
Yeah.
people for who they really are, you know.
Well, you're gonna, like,
and that's
when
why I
they
say like
something-
you're behind a screen. Like you can easily lie to somebody and be like, oh, well, I do this and I do that and I'm this type of person. But when you're in person, like I feel like us as humans, like you ask something and you're like, oh shit, like I can't lie, porque a veces pues la
Well, you
gente
have
se
it-
pone nerviosa
you
or
have your
whatever it is,
expressions.
you know.
Your,
Exactly,
your
yeah.
actual face expressions will tell you another story.
Well, and then I feel, on top of that, like I feel like it makes more of a connection, because
It
you're
does.
actually like, you're making a connection instead of like texting online, you know, trying to get to know them. And you're in person, you're like, you know what? Like, I'm interested in you and I'm interested in what you have to say. And then, you know, it kind of makes you a better listener and a better talker. You better communication, like, in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also, like I said, my primal beliefs.
Andrew
Guys,
Tate.
constantly,
His
yeah.
Andrew Tate believes, guys.
It's genetic in us, you know. You're gonna see the way you make a connection with a human being
Yeah,
is
that's
like, you
what I
know,
just
seeing
said.
their expressions, their voice, their tone of their voice.
It's like eye contact.
and
Yeah.
you know,
all
their
that stuff.
touch,
Their
the
body
physical touch,
posture,
you know what I mean?
everything, yeah.
So that's why I think it's one thing, social media, and then the other thing is actually in person.
Human interaction.
And that's
yeah.
why for me, I like it 50-50. For me, it's like the initial, it's kind of like a little bit of social media, but then after,
Yeah.
it's more of like the actual in real life
Mm-hmm.
person scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I agree on that, you know, because like I said, like social media will let you know like a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but when you get to know them, you're like, a la verga. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, honestly, overall, I think everybody has different opinions on if social media is good or bad. For me, we'll kind of just do like overall, you know. Overall, do you guys think social media has changed for the better or for the worse?
For the better, in my opinion.
For the better?
It's because tóxica.
So,
No, it's not that I'm toxic, but it's just like, I don't know. Like I said, you know, it's 50-50 for me because yes, for the better, you know, you like, for example, TikTok, like they're trying to ban it and stuff. But for me, like since I started using TikTok, I've learned a lot of different things. I've learned, a lot of people post different things every single day. Your For You page is different. My For You page is different. Yours is different. You could be watching video games. Everybody's is different, worldwide, nationwide, whatever it is, So in my way, I'm like, oh shit, like this is so cool. Like I didn't know how to do this. Like let me learn, or let me follow this person. And, people have different perspectives, different mindsets, on a daily basis, which I think is very cool. And I think it's very nice to just be open and, have that perspective in general.
Yeah.
But it's also like another 50 for me, where I feel like social media just lies to you a lot. And, I don't know how it is in a guy's perspective, but in a woman's perspective, I feel like a veces it's like we try to live to a certain standard of what people think, like, oh, this is what's perfect, or by this age you need to have kids, or by this age you need to be married. Like we live to a certain standard, and I feel for me it's like it's kind of fucked up, because we all go to a different pace in life. You know what I mean? And I feel like sometimes social media is like, no, you have to be doing this, you have to be doing that. And it's like, for me, it's like, fuck that. Like, I can't be there. Like, you may be 24 making fucking thousands of fucking dollars, and I'm over fucking here being 24, working a part-time job or whatever is trying to make a living. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that goes like back to how kind of they were raised, and if like, if you have, well, I'll let you finish.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so like for me, I feel like social media as a whole has changed for the better. Yes, there is some cons to it, but I feel like now, if you look at the people that are posting and everybody that is in like the social media space, like content creators, influencers, everybody like that, even like people normally, like I feel like more or less we're all demonetized to like the hate comments. Like we don't even care anymore. They're like, oh, you know what, whatever, we don't really, like nowadays it's like, the hate comment, I don't care, it is what it is. It's like, I don't even know this guy, why even bother with him? It's like, and on top of that, it's like social media as a whole has given a place for everybody and anybody. Like you've seen all these businesses start up from like TikTok, Instagram. It's like it gives you another opportunity to grow and to make more money. And if you're even a small business, I've seen people like even small like business pages blow up, and then they get a boom of business like the next day because on social media, like. And that goes back to like social media influencers, people that try foods, like food critics.
Mukbangs.
They go and they try foods, they rate them, and then you know what? It's like, oh, this is an 8 out of 10. It's so good, this is that. And then the next day, that place booms. It's like, and it's a tool.
And that's kind of why I say it's like 50-50 for me, because it's like, whatever my beliefs, everybody thinks differently. But it's also in that perspective where you bring up where, post a video or whatever, it takes a year long, a couple months, and then you blow up. For me, it's like, damn, like that's fucking dope. If I could blow up and if I could do the same thing, or if you believe in somebody, because there is always that type of influencer, there is always going to be that type of person that you look up to, whether that being a video gamer or a makeup artist or a singer, whatever the fuck it is, whatever the genre is, it's like you look up to them, you're like, fuck, like if he can do it, then why the fuck can I not? You know what I mean?
For me, I really think I portray social media, like how Angel said, as a tool. Look at it like a metaphor that I want to give is like social media could be like a gun. You can use it for protection, or you can use it for
maldad.
Yeah, maldad. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can do the same thing with social media, because like I said, there's so many careers that have started. There's so many relationships that have started on the social media. There's so many news that you've gone through social media, and even like tutorials. Like I learned so much from like social media, like fixing my own car, so
cooking
many things.
Videos,
I've seen
makeup videos, whatever it is.
I learned how to cook.
Makeup.
I learned how to like really, when I like moved out and I didn't really catch anything of like how to cook or nothing, I would literally look at a YouTube video, look how to cook, and like go get the stuff at the grocery store.
And that's the thing that I like too, because it's like you have your options are open. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's really how you want it to use it for.
Exactly.
And, people use it for entertainment. There's people that use it for drama, but you can also use it's a big tool. Like I said, it's you can put your voice out there. But then, like I said, there is a little bit of cons. Like, there's people that will do it for hatred.
Yeah.
Throw hate comments or whatever. And there's certain people that it'll affect them. But then there's other people that don't give a fuck,
Yeah.
So okay, so going out off of that, for me, okay, so for me, all right, look, okay, for example,
Puro angel.
why I've seen this all over the internet, like people that start like their own brands, right? We'll say their own brands, their own company. Mm-hmm. So they have friends, right? Wow. Okay. Honestly, obviously they have friends, people that they know. Mm-hmm. So those people that they know, I think why? Okay. So for example, we'll say Drake, right? Or for us, OGZ, okay, OGZ, Key Glock, so an artist or whatever it may be, whoever, a content creator, whatever it may be. Why is it that sometimes people post the people that they don't know? Like, okay, you and me post OGZ all the time, right? Key Glock, whatever. They post people and they support them, right? They don't even know them. Mm-hmm. But why is it cool? Yeah. Okay, so why do they support him? But then when someone is trying to, someone small that they know, right? They're trying to make it up, level up. And then they don't support him. They much rather support the person that's already big.
Right.
Right? Do you know what I'm saying or no?
Yeah, kind of like supporting a small business, but you are to support somebody else that's up and out there. Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's the difference would be okay, supporting somebody that you know or supporting someone that you don't know.
Because it's socially accepted.
Yeah,
one thing is socially accepted, the other thing is not.
Exactly.
Because that's generally even how she said it. It's the same thing with businesses,
Right.
Mm-hmm. There could be a brand out there that's just starting out, a clothing brand, mm-hmm. and it might be the best quality out there. But
if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah, well, because someone's going to rap Gucci. And because that's what's the mainstream thing. And it's already known.
Well, what about even if they're your homeboy?
And I like that you guys bring that up, because there's a lot of standards where it's si tú no le caes bien a la persona, they're not going to support you. Whether you're fucking up there or whether you're not. Mm-hmm. Just because it's you, whatever you're doing, they're not going to fucking support you. And that's period.
Well, and that's the thing too, is people that you're always going to have haters.
Right.
No matter what.
Yeah, of course.
They could hold a grudge against you for as long as you live. Right. And then there's people that don't know you and they're supporting you. And you don't even know. You've never spoken to them. They're across the country, whatever, this and that, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy to me. For me, it's just crazy. It's people support people they don't know, they're never gonna meet. It's famous artists, they're never gonna look their way. And then when they have someone right in front of them, it's
And it's also too that you bring that up. It's also kind of if you see it in a way where, let's say, I have a crush on somebody. You know what I mean? Mm. Oh, well, I listen to, you guys said, Jeezy. I listen to
Key Glock.
Whoever. Yeah, Key Glock, whoever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? Oh, well, if you like him, then I'm going to pretend to like him. I'm going to pretend to post him. I'm going to pretend to do this. But in reality, it's what the fuck? You're not even, you haven't even seen him or been with him since zero kind of thing. Exactly, yeah. It's kind of more of a pleasure.
Well, that's kind of for me, the way that I see it, it's kind of manipulate you too. It's painting a picture for who they're not. But I don't know. It's just.
But that's how it's always been, though.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. That's why I brought up the TV. Mm-hmm. People will meet artists or actors, whatever, and they always portrayed a certain image, but in person they were not.
Yeah.
And that's what social media is. It just gives you the same output as a TV and TV in general, or the radio. Whatever.
Everything.
Yeah, but in reality, someone's always, and it's the same thing as a human being. When you're one-on-one conversation, it might be different compared to you 1 in 50 people.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's the same thing. There's always a shy guy that in class. Imagine the narrative that I could give is in class. There could be a guy that is well spoken and everything when they're with their close friends, 2-3 friends.
Yeah.
But when they're in class, they might be the shyest, quietest person out there.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's just
it happens.
Yeah. I think that's just a human
instinct
ideology.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Instinct. Well, I mean, it's just if people.
I like to use big words. They might hit, might not.
Instinct.
I'm gonna make it up.
Big words that he doesn't know, and hopefully they hit. He said,
I hope.
But
No, but
I don't know, guys. I think it's a 50-50.
I think overall there's pros and cons.
It's a good
to
tool.
it.
Exactly.
It just depends how you use it. I think that's a good narrative to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be like a gun. You know, it might be used for evil, but it might be used for good.
Exactly.
And that's how it is. But
Wait, sorry, I processed that through my head a little bit.
she's like, what?
No,
But
it's because you said it in English and then I thought about it in Spanish. I was like, wait,
You're like,
¿qué
what
pedo? I was like, didn't
what-
you just say the same
What
thing?
are you talking about?
Las redes sociales puede ser.
Mal,
Muy
pero
bueno.
también puede ser mal.
Damn, RV Luis.
I felt like
R.I.P. Luis is Spanish.
No, guys, but I feel like there is no, like you guys said, there's
My Spanish is
a
good, by the
pros and there's a cons,
And it's just how you use it.
And exactly, it's how you use it and whatever. Everybody has their own different perspective in reality, but I mean, I don't know, whatever.
But guys, that will wrap it up for today's episode.
Dun dun dun! I think that deserves a round of applause, honestly.
Round of applause. All right, guys, let's go.
That's fine.
La chona.
Hey guys, like always, like, comment, subscribe.
And thank you guys for supporting us throughout.
Yeah.
We're 17 episodes in, and we're still gonna keep going.
I started off a little bit late or whatever, but shout out to them because they started in whatever and keep supporting,
we're
keep
still
liking, keep recommending.
Esta peda.
But keep recommending things, and keep following us and keep shouting us out, because one thing can lead to a very long way. So.
Yeah. So,
Just
guys.
Oh, and
appreciate you
guys,
guys.
also too, I think we're gonna do relationships part 2 because you guys really like
No,
that.
definitely.
Yeah.
So if you guys have
definitely.
questions that you guys want us to answer,
I don't know
'cause
about them.
This is like the relationship episode. I liked it because we all had different narratives.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of nice because men's perspective and then a woman's perspective, it's a little bit different.
We'll have to get another
But
girl.
shout out to
2v2.
Yes,
There's
yes,
the
yes,
2v1 right
That way
now.
to be 2v2.
Shout out to my friends who have been, giving feedback and whatever it is, because
Let
I know you guys want to see a part
Put it in
2.
the comments.
I know you guys want to see a part 2, but like Luis said, put it in the comments, share whatever it is. Just
Share, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Follow all our
Period.
social medias it'll be in the description.
TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Apple
Everything.
Music.
Everything, guys. And don't forget, we're doing the
All
100 sub giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
$50
We're a few
Amazon.
subscribers away. So.
Yep, we're not that far. So again, guys, thank you again for listening to Taking Shots podcast, guys. And till
keep motherfucking taking shots, motherfuckers.
there it is. Later, guys.
Shut the mic.
Drops the mic.